Once upon a time, there were a husband and wife who lived together for a long time, but had no children at all. The wife then started to have a lover who came to spend time with her every day. One day, the husband set out to look for potatoes in the forest, and as it was hot, he took a rest in a small shrine. The wife prepared stuff to be offered to the spirits there to have her husband killed, so she could make her lover the husband. When everything was ready, she headed with the stuff to the shrine. Having seen his wife entering the spirit shrine, the husband asked himself, "What is she going to do here in the shrine?" He then hid himself behind the spirit idol to eavesdrop on his wife. The wife lit candles and incenses and said to the spirits, "I do not want to be with my husband. I want to get another one. Please have my husband killed, and I will offer you a pig." After having heard what his wife said, the man answered from behind the idol, "Well, it is simple. If you've got a lover and wanted me to take your husband's life, just go back home and look for a broody hen and its eggs. You cook them all as food for your husband. He will die eating them." After having heard everything, the woman presumed that the spirits gave the advice. She hurried back home and bought a broody hen and its eggs to cook as food for her husband to eat, with the expectation that he would die, and she could have her lover as husband. At dusk, the husband returned and asked, "Hey you, what do we have for the meal?" She replied, "I've got a broody hen and its eggs. I'll cook them for you." The husband asked his wife to bring him the food. The wife brought her husband rice and the broody hen. The man ate them up and pretended to fall sick by uttering a moaning sound. The woman felt excited at the thought that the spirit's advice did work because her husband fell sick and was moaning with pain. The man pretended to fall asleep. Having thought that he succumbed, the woman opened the door to let her lover in. While they were talking, the husband woke up, sit back and said to the wife, "I feel cold." Having seen the husband get up and sit back so suddenly, the wife's lover couldn't find time to escape, but hid himself in a big jar beside the bed, waiting for the husband to go back to sleep and coming out to sleep with the woman again. The husband pretended not to see it and said to the wife, "I feel very chilly. Could you boil water for me to bath before I die?" The wife felt very exited to hear, because this was what she sought from the spirits. When the water boiled, the husband got his wife to get a pot of water to mix with the boiling water. She then carried the pot to fetch water as told by her husband. Seeing the wife go away, the husband stood up and carried the boiling water in a large frying pan to pour over the wife's lover in the jar, killing him. He then went back to the bed and again pretended to feel sick by uttering continuous groans. Back from fetching the water, she saw her lover, who turned shrunken of hot water, popping out of the jar and whisper in his ear, "Why don't you just bend down? Is he still awake?" But the guy still stuck out, and she touched the man's nose but hit the ear, which broken off together with her hair. She realized that her husband killed him with the boiled water. She kept calm, put the lid back, and got the water for husband to go bath. Her husband neither uttered a word nor took a bath, but said to the wife, "I feel better," and told his wife go to bed. When the morning came, the dame could not think of a way to get rid of the corpse. But then came an idea. There are 4 thieves in the village. They steal property from people every day. So I must think of a way of having the 4 thieves carrying the body out of my house and dumping it in the forest. With this idea, she set off to borrow silk clothes from the locals and dried them around the house. Having seen the laundry, the 4 thieves said to themselves, "Look, that dame must be rich. Tonight we will steal the stuff. We wrongly think that she is poor." The woman dried up the silk clothes and returned them to the owner in the evening. She secured the jar which contained the body, tightly with a rope for the thieves to carry away. At night, the 4 thieves sneaked in and looked for the stuff. They found nothing but a jar which was tied up so tightly that they could not make it open. The 4 thieves discussed among themselves, "The stuff must be in the jar. We must take the jar." They then carried the jar away into the forest and broke off the rope to see what was in. One thief poked his hand into the jar and felt the hair. "It is silk," he exclaimed, and took his hand out. The next thief's hand hit the ear, the eyes and nose, and shouted that it was a dead man. The other one did not believe and dug his hand in, feeling the chest. He started to realize that it was really a corpse, so he fled and was very red-faced because he was cheated by the woman into getting rid of the dead. The four thieves discussed among themselves, "We are waiting for her. If she is alone, we will catch and beat her so she will not dare cheating us again." As he would have it, one day the gal went out to do some shopping as there was a ship arriving from the other territory. Half the way, she came across the four thieves. They caught, beat, and sworn at the woman for deceiving them. The woman said, "Well, it is no use beating me. I am about to collect money from the ship captain. So why don't you come along? When I have the money, we will share them together." The four thieves were very pleased to hear that she went to collect the money and decided to come along. The woman said to them, "Just wait for me on the shore. Once you see me waving the hand, come aboard and you will get the money." The woman then got on the ship and talked the ship captain into buying the four thieves, who she told the ship captain were her servants. Pointing to the men, she said, "There they are. Once they come aboard and I go on shore, hold and tie them up with chain so they cannot escape." The ship captain agreed and asked, "For how much will you sell the four serfs?" The woman answered, 2 pennies each." The ship captain beat her down to 1.5 pennies. She accepted and came out to give a clue to the four thieves. Having thought that the woman called them over to get the money, the four thieves then went aboard the ship, where the ship captain had his men catch, chain, and detain them in the bottom of the vessel. The woman got the money and left. After having received the money, the dame got back home. But as it was getting dark on the way, she was scared to continue any further. She then decided to spend the night on a big tree next to the road. The four thieves, who were held with chain by the ship captain, said among themselves, "Damn it, she is very smart. She deceived us into carrying and dumping the dead in the forest, and now she is able to have us sold." They were very angry. They broke loose the chain and managed to flee at night time. As it was very late at night, they decided to get some sleep on the big tree, where the woman was also sleeping. The 3 thieves climbed up and slept on separate branches. One of the thieves came across the woman on top of the tree. "Damn you! You will die this time. You cheat me. Now you cannot escape anymore." The woman showed the money and whispered, "Don't let the 3 men know about. We will be husband and wife and comfortably spent the money on running together. Don't do me any harm." The woman climbed down the tree, and with the money she returned home to join the husband, with whom she happily spent the rest of her life doing business together. The ends. Thank you for your watching.